Hey guys, welcome back. I'm starting a brand new journey due to a certain company not liking me posting gaming videos. But other than that, this will be a fresh start for this channel. I am tired of making content and having it be either taken down or completely bashed by YouTube. So because of that, I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna start something that they cannot copyright me for, which is talking about TCGs. TCGs are something that I love to play in my personal time with my friends and family. It is no secret that I'm a huge Magic the Gathering player. I play it all the time and I enjoy it. But there has been a new TCG that has come out and caught my interest so hard that it made me want to start this YouTube channel, which is Lorcana. Now, I am not sponsored by Lorcana, though I wish I was. But I hopefully will be making enough content that I will get more subscribers and I will be able to get actually sponsored by Lorcana eventually, because the game slaps. The game is just really good. Now, that being said, like I said, this channel is mainly going to be focused on TCGs now, mostly Lorcana, but I will be making some Magic the Gathering content with another creator. We're going to be doing collaborations. I'll let you know more about that Magic the Gathering content in the future. For now, we're going to focus on Lorcana because it is at such a young point in its lifespan that I am very interested in starting this journey with you guys while we find out how good this game is going to get. In this channel, we're going to be talking about what cards are going to be coming up for the brand new sets for Lorcana, some meta decks. We're going to be talking about all sorts of information regarding the game and any of its future releases. I'm going to be opening booster packs from previous sets and newer sets. Eventually, once this channel starts to grow a little bit more, we can start doing giveaways and we can start doing more stuff for the community. I want you guys to enjoy this experience as much as I want to enjoy it. This is a journey so that we all grow and we all learn how to play this game better and just have fun. This really is about having fun. I will soon try to get an account in Pixelborn. That way I can start testing out decks and playing against other people, and I will be uploading that content as well. But first, how do you play the game? Well, it's very simple. To win a game, you have to be the first player to reach 20 lore. Now, how do you get lore? With character cards. Most Lorcana cards are characters. They're very easy to spot because only characters have these numbers along the ring side of their card. These tell you the character's strength and willpower. Many character cards also have a lore value shown by the number of icons on the right side of the text box. These tell you how much lore the characters collect one time. I'll explain how they work in a little bit. We should talk about other cards you can encounter in the game as well, like item cards and action cards. Item and action cards don't have strength, willpower, or lore values. They say item or action on the card instead. Now, to start the game, you're gonna need at least another player, but keep in mind that this game can be played with up to 4 people or as many as you want to. You'll each also need lore tracker encounters. You can either download the Lorcana app and or use a D20. In Lorcana, you need a deck with a minimum of 60 cards for it to be legal, though you can have more than 60. You can also have up to 4 copies of any card in your deck. A deck must also have a minimum of 2 colors and no more, and no less. In Lorcana, there's a total of 6 colors. There's amber, amethyst, emerald, ruby, sapphire, and steel. Each color focuses on a different strategy, but feel free to combine the colors you like the most. At the beginning of the game, you each shuffle your deck and draw a starting hand of 7 cards. You can look at your own cards, but not anyone else's. You can also choose to mulligan as many cards as you need. You would just choose them, put them back into your deck, shuffle your deck, and then draw that many cards back until you have 7 cards in your hand again. And you can do this once per match. After all that's done, now you just need to figure out who's gonna go first. You guys can either roll a d20, whoever rolls the highest number can go first, or flip a coin, whichever one is easier. Now let's talk about how to summon your characters. Well, characters work with a little thing called ink. Ink is the magic that powers Lorcana. Every card has a hexagon with a number inside of it at the top. That's the card's ink cost. In order to play it, you'll need to use that much ink. Now, some cards have an inkwell icon. This icon is a swirl around that hexagon, which means you can turn those cards into ink instead of playing them normally. Turning cards into ink is the most important part of the game. You can turn cards into ink once per turn. Take a card with the inkwell icon from your hand, show it to everyone, and put it face down into your inkwell in front of you as shown here. Choose wisely. Cards you put in your inkwell will stay there for the rest of the game and will lose all abilities and all effects they have on them. Once you have ink in your inkwell, you can use it immediately. So for example, if you just place down an ink on turn 1 and then tap it so that you can summon an Olaf that's a 1 cost, you may. Every card in your inkwell is worth 1 ink, and you can tap as many as you have of them to summon anything you have in hand. Now let's get more in depth about what really makes a turn a turn. In Lorcana, the first step to every turn is to ready all your cards. This means that if they have been used, you set them from exert position into ready position. Then you move to your set. Some cards have a set ability, and then you draw a card. It is important to note that whoever goes first does not draw a card. Once you've started your turn, there are 3 kind of things you can do the rest of your turn. Add ink, play cards, and use cards. You can do any of these in any order you want. It is also important to note that when you do play a character, for the most part, they will come with a thing called summoning sickness, meaning they will not be able to do anything until the beginning of your next turn. Though some characters can skip this entirely if they have a little keyword called rush. Keywords are an important part of the game. Make sure to read your character's keyword so that you understand what they do and how to activate them. Some characters also enter the battlefield with an effect, or also known as ETB. Now, if you summon an item, action, or a song, you can use those right away. Once one of your characters is out of summoning sickness, you can do one of 3 things. You can either A, attack, B, quest, or C, use them for a tap ability. Now let's go through each of one of those individually. If you decided to A, attack, well, this is how combat works. In this game, you can only attack a character that is exerted, meaning if an opponent has a character that's ready, you cannot attack that character. Once you've chosen to attack a character, you and the defending player will do damage calculations. To solve for damage calculations, first you need to look at your character's strength and willpower. If your strength is higher than the defending player's creature that you've chosen to attack, then you automatically kill that creature and it goes into the graveyard. Your character will also take as much damage as the strength of the defending creature was. Take note that damage in this game is permanent to all creatures unless removed through other cards. This also means that if your strength is not higher than the defending creature's willpower, you will deal damage to that creature and that creature will deal damage to your character, and both of the creature's willpower will change after the exchange until healed. After your creature is done attacking, tap it. Now what happens if you B, decided to quest your character? Well, to quest your character, you just need to take a look at the number of quest counters at the bottom of the card, and you quest for that many counters. Add those counters to your ink counter. Then tap your creature. Whenever a creature is tapped, it's called being exerted. And now finally, if you C, decided to tap your creature for a tap ability, you also exert your character. Then follow as the ability reads. Once you've done one of those things, you may end your turn, or you may play items, actions, or songs that you can still play from your hand if you have enough ink for it. Once you've run out of ink and you can no longer play anything from hand, you can end your turn. Now you and your opponent will repeat all these processes the same way until one of you two reach 20 lore counter. And that's it. That's how you play Lorcana. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have fun figuring out how to build your decks, trying to go for certain strategies, and I will be posting more videos in this channel focusing on what strategies you can go for and or what builds you can go for depending on what colors you like. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow I will be posting a video on the upcoming Ursula's Return set and what cards you should look out for if you do decide to buy any of the booster packs or a box. Thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy your questing.
Desires take flight.